Weigh-ins for PXC 27 was held at the Beach Bar and Grill in Tumon. 4 amateur fights will get the night underway at the U.O.G Field House, along with 7 pro fights scheduled for the night. In the first amateur fight of the night, Ryan Tovez, weighing in at 158 pounds, takes on James at 161.5 pounds. Carlos Lopez and Martin Pablo will take to the cage. Next, in a heavyweight matchup, Lopez came in at 227 pounds. Pablo will be the heavier of the two at 258.5 pounds. Jay Tenorio and McLean Alfred will mark the third amateur fight of the night. Tenorio stepped onto the scale at 130 pounds even. McLean Alfred comes in at 129 pounds. Look for these two fighters to get in there and get straight to work. Dylan Pablo squares up against Matt Kanga in another lightweight matchup. Pablo weighed in at 120.5 pounds, looking to keep his undefeated record intact against Kanga, who weighed in at 122.5 pounds. In the first pro fight of the night, Milo Lassiter from Alabama, but representing Saipan, takes on Korean top team fighter Do-won Kim. Lassiter weighed in at 232.5 pounds, while the Korean fighter tipped the scale at 240 pounds. Milo is 3-0 in his MMA career. Kim is 1-0 as a professional. Korean top team's Lim Hyun-gu weighed in at 170 pounds and is 7-3-1 as a pro. He's scheduled to take on Farid Keter from France. Lim Hyun-gu is coming off a win in the last PXC event that was held in the Philippines against Hawaii fighter Ross the Boss Abenes. Farid, on the other hand, is an Olympic judo fighter who is 18-7 as a pro. California fighter J.J. Ambrose is back to fight in the PXC again. Ambrose is 16-3 and is coming off a training camp in Thailand where he was working his stand-up. J.J. weighed in at 158.5 pounds. He will be fighting Sebastian Gardier from France. Sebastian is 9-7-1 and is a submission specialist. Saipan's Fossey Jesse makes his way back to the PXC at 145 pounds. Fossey Jesse will face Korean top team fighter Jang Young Kim, who weighed in at 145 pounds. Fossey sports a 7-3 record, while Kim enters the fight with a 3-4-1 record. Ryan Bigler is back in action. He takes on Kelly Manglotnya. Bigler weighed in at 170 pounds and is 8-2 as a pro. Kelly Manglotnya is 4-0 as a professional and is Saipan's 170-pound champion. Bigler has the slight height advantage. Manglotnya will have the upper hand for being the more active fighter. In the first of 2 main event fights scheduled for PXC 27, Trevin Jones out of UX weighed in at an even 135 pounds. Jones is 3-0 and has earned his spot as the #1 contender for the 135-pound belt. Jones will try to dethrone Justin the Shocker Cruz, who has been dominating the division. Cruz also weighed in at a perfect 135 pounds and is one of the island's most experienced fighters with a 20-5 record.
I feel good right now. I feel a little better than when I weighed in last time against Kyle. I'm planning on being strong tomorrow. I'm hopefully use my strength, out-muscle him, handle it, man. Just stay control, stay dominant, win the fight any way I can, whether it's a choke, a knockout, TKO, just get the fight done anyway.
I feel great for tomorrow night, made weight. The hardest part is making weight, man. Getting in the ring, scrapping is just, the icing on the cake, that's the fun part, The hardest part's over. Getting there, scrapping is the fun part. My keys to victory, is just to find holes in this game. I never really seen Trevin, on his back, like I said. I haven't seen anybody take him down. If they did, they went to sleep. So I play smart, find holes in this game, and then capitalize on counters, and we'll see how it goes from there.
PXC's 155-pound champion Harris Sarmiento from Hawaii will face Baby Joe Timinglo in the last fight of the night. Sarmiento has wins over Alex Castro and Ronnie Borja. Sarmiento makes his debut at 145 pounds and is coming off of back-to-back wins in the PXC. Baby Joe is the region's top 145-pound fighter and is 15-4-1 as a pro. Joe recently trained with UFC champion Dominic Cruz as part of his training camp and will look to win his first championship belt in front of the home crowd at the U.O.G Field House.
I feel great. It's the easiest cut I ever made. I eat healthy, and it's no surprise. I'm gonna keep my hands and let it go, keep it on my feet. I'm not planning to go to the ground, and I'm not planning to go the distance.
I'm going to try and stand up with him. He's a really great, decent fighter in the top. You got to respect him on the top, and then of course, just pretty much he's well-rounded. I'm gonna just bring my Juggernaut A game and see what happens tomorrow, and I'm gonna bring it all. So I want to come out with that victory.